Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over some dates that have been given for the upcoming future events as well as community days. There's something kind of interesting. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting any classics. Not too sure what's going on with that. So we'll make a couple of predictions and then talk about a few things that I know a lot of people want changed. But we are receiving a ton of amazing updates, right? We have the golden bottle cap, we have the lucky trinket. Granted, these things do cost money, but they are at least allowing us to do things that we wanted to do in the past. And then we're going to be getting remote trades. We know how that's going to work to some degree. It's going to be a new level of best friend. And we're allowed to do remote battles in the Dynamax, Gigantamax and Dynamaxes. So, I mean, the whole quality of life is really coming around, but there's still a big price to it. But with that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here, and then we're going to be talking about a feature that we all want to change, okay? So let's go ahead and just hop right into this here and see what we have going on. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. All right, so going over these community day dates, we're going to be getting Rookity next, okay? We just finished the other starters, right? And now we have to go through Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. So I would assume after Rookity, since there's no classics named here, just throwing these out, then we're going to get Grookey, then we're going to get something else, which could be Frigivax, and then we'll go into the next starter, okay? Those are just my quick guesses. I'm not going to get crazy with this here. Maybe can we see Dreepy? I don't know. Into Dragapult. I have a 100. That'd be pretty awesome. I'll use an Elite Charge TM. But those are those quick dates there. I'm not going to get too insane with that. But remember, we are going to be getting Rookity. They released it shiny for that event. So now everybody's going to have it. If you have one, that's great. But soon we're all going to be able to have it. And it should be a pretty interesting one. But after that should be Grookey. And then another one. We don't know yet. And then the next starter after Grookey. So we'll just have to see. All right, now taking a look at these events here. So Sunday, September 7th is going to be a raid day. Saturday and Sunday, September 21st or 20th and 21st is going to be a shadow raid weekend, which is going to be Kyogre. We know this already. September 28th is going to be another raid day. Saturday, October 4th is going to be a raid day. Sunday, October 18th, another raid day. Sunday, November 1st, max battle day. Friday through Monday, November 21st and 24th is going to be a battle weekend. Remember, we're probably going to be seeing the Safari thing happen in November again. We'll have to see. And then finally, we do have Saturday and Sunday, November 29th and 30th, max battle weekend. So I don't think they're revealing everything that we're going to be seeing for the next season here. This is just kind of a brief overview of what's going to basically be going down, and they will be announcing a ton of other events during the season, obviously, once it's officially announced. All right, and other random news here. It looks like Toadscool is going to be in the wild after the event. It seems like some people are starting to find it. I'm not too sure if this is a glitch or anything like that. I would assume it's not, but before you were only able to find them in deep wood area places as far as the map was concerned. So the really dark grassy areas, I personally caught actually 0 because, well, my car is down and I'm not able to go out to these random places and I have none near me. So yeah, haven't caught one. That's why there's no Go Battle League video for it up on my channel. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you all know about that. So let's go ahead and move it on here. So what do we want to change? We're seeing all these amazing quality of life features. We have the lucky trinket, we have the bottle cap, we can increase IVs now, we can remote raid Dynamax and Gigantamax battles. They increased the remote raid limit from 5 to 10. Unfortunately, did not lower the price on those, but at least you're able to do more. And they're really starting to come out with other features here, right? We have the check-in thing, which is great. All right, so what can we see? Seeing that Scopely is starting to like move into the position of taking over this thing here. Can we get the avatars back to normal? Can we get those avatars back to normal? I'm gonna put up some pictures. Look, let's just reminisce here, right? So at this point, most people are just kind of numb to it. It's really not that big of a deal anymore. Nobody's really talking about it too often or really much at all anymore because, well, we figured, oh, they're gonna just not revert it back. It seems like they hired some sort of a particular group of type of people, I don't want to say the word, to handle this, which they had become like nobody wants to work with them anymore. So they had a little scandal. but they went ahead and destroyed our avatars and made it so they're non-binary or whatever the hell that is. But they made everything look whack. So you get a Exhibit A. So look at that. The normal one is to the left, and the messed up newer one is going to be to the right. So they just essentially took away like the feminine features, or like the more, I guess you could say, man-like looking features as well. Some of the jackets that you wear, if you're trying to make yourself a male, you still have breasts, which is very odd. Even though the slider's all the way down, we'll take a look at that. That is a nice feature, I will admit. The sliders are great, but bring back the old avatars for the love of God. Taking a look at another one here, you know, it's basically, it looks like a. I'm not going to put out particular buzzwords here, but you can go ahead and throw those down below if you want, but it looks very ugly. The one to the right is the obvious newer one, and the older one is going to be to the left. And then, oh my gosh, look at this. We have the new one to the left, and then the old one to the right. Obvious changes here. And they did update it so the sliders can make them more visually, I wouldn't say like appealing, but just more accurate than they were when they first released it. So at least they did kind of update that a little bit, not completely fixing it. This is the most infamous, famous one that went around. People who don't even play Pokemon Go were covering it because it was that big of a deal. A normal one to the left, weird one to the right. And then we did have this, oh my gosh, I can't believe they screwed this up. There was literally, I mean, there is something underneath that skirt as far as clothing, but it's just like a shading. But it is very weird that they even allowed this to go through. Pretty insane how incompetent a lot of these updates were in the past. And then, of course, they did bring out an update, and I did make a video. They gave some cake. They let you have some cake. Look at that. Once they're back. And then, of course, we do have a bunch of clipping on the clothes, which has always been around for the game. It's always been kind of annoying because you're paying premium money for these items and you're still, you know, clipping. It's like, come on. Just because you're mixing and matching different kinds of clothes doesn't mean that should be happening, right? Now, again, I'm not trying to be negative. This is not a negative thing. I'm just bringing up a concern, and I'm just trying to deliver it in a normal way. I don't want to be all nuts about it or go on tangents. But this is going to bring us to these avatar items for Eternatus, and then we do have another event, another outfit that looks pretty awesome. But the Eternatus outfit is going to have an actual glow around you. So I'm putting up an image here so you can take a look at it. So we have a helmet, we have a jacket, we have pants, shoes for a whole set. I personally will never wear that helmet, but everything else, definitely. And the fact that they're allowing it to glow is freaking awesome. I don't know if you all have noticed. I'm pretty sure I see a lot of comments. I do use that StarCraft music because I'm a big fan of the old StarCraft. And then I also use a lot of Phantasy Star episode 1 and 2, originally on the Dreamcast, and then they bring it to Xbox and then GameCube. I really need a remake of that. And they need a subscription so you can play online, and I will pay. Sorry, but the videos, I'll be gone for 3 days. All right, yeah, they'll be uploading every other day. No, I'm joking. But in Phantasy Star, they did have a bunch of clothes that had effects on them that had cool little things happening. Weapons did special things when you swung them, but forget about the weapons. But the clothes, they had like little, you know, things that happened with them, little gimmicks. This is pretty cool. This is a good way to start it off. Hopefully in the future we can get other clothing items that do special things, but I'm not going to go crazy on that. If it happens, it happens. That'd be great. And then moving on, we do have some other items. There's a lot of events happening right now. They're really kind of just vamping it up towards the end of the season. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, believe me, you're not the only one. It's kind of ridiculous the amount of stuff that we're seeing here. But I think that's pretty much it. You know, I wanted to harp more on this avatar item thing. I'll go ahead and throw up a video here. You know, I wear a mask in the game, not because I wear a mask in person. Okay, so don't say I do it because I don't want to look at the face anymore. It's not a big deal, but I've worn it so long, I might as well just keep going with it. I am happy that they added the hair that looks like mine. That's pretty cool. You know, they added the Pokémon K hair. I mean, quite literally. Look at that. Look at that. That's Pokémon K hair. Are you serious? So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm grateful for that and stuff. Still looks a little funny to me, be honest. If it faded a little bit better, that'd be great. But yeah, nonetheless, pretty cool. Again, they also added the sliders, so that's, you know, you can kind of fix up your avatar. it's not that big of a deal anymore. People don't really care. But hey, just thought I'd mention it because we're getting all these quality of life updates. You never know what they can do in the future, bring back these things. But the chances of them reverting this, probably like a 1% chance. Let's just be honest. It's probably very low. They don't really care about it. This is not on their priority list. It's all about getting out the updates. You know, that's it. But another thing that really kind of bothers me about the whole avatar thing is the fact that we are paying real money for some of these clothes, okay? And a lot of the visuals for them have changed after the update. So essentially you are purchasing something that you expected to look a certain way, but after the update for the avatar items, we've been over this before, they look completely different in some cases. So that's, I don't know what kind of laws or anything are behind that, but technically when we agree, nowadays they're just putting more and more rules into this thing that will essentially allow you to have no say in anything that happens, even if they do make changes after something that you did purchase. So that's where it's at. But anyways, just thought I'd bring you this random update talking about that and talking about the other things that we're gonna. With that said, there you have it, folks. If you did like this video, if you can give it a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.